Hello everybody, it's Wednesday evening and that means we have another international e-workshop for you, a Nail Talk Live e-workshop, and tonight it's all about doing the refill. But sometimes when you do a refill, the client actually also wants to have her nails reshaped. So she goes from one shape to another, or she goes from square to almond nails, and all of that combined with another technical challenge. And that is what we have in stock for you tonight. So it's going to be a purely technical workshop about how do you reshape and refill your baby boom nails. Well, before we get into the nitty-gritty, we get started. Of course, tonight I will also present the winners of the challenge of Syriza of 2 weeks ago, and that was Power Gel in a baby boom surface, or nail treatment, baby boom nails done with Power Gel. I think that's more accurately put. Tonight it's all about doing the refill of the baby boom nails. So if you did your homework on a model, chances are that you can create your homework as well within the next 2 weeks, and isn't that helpful? My guest tonight is a rising star within magnetic nail design and a magnetic nail academy. And actually her story is a very nice one. She, together with her mother, visited the Nail Talk Live event. The very first Nail Talk Live event that we did after COVID. And while they were there, I had the time to talk with them and to have a little chit chat with her mother, and then later on also with Demi. And during that discussion or that meeting, we got to know each other a little bit better. Demi already participated in e-workshops in Holland, and she won e-workshops. And I figured out that she was working together with her mother, and all of that led to this moment in time now. Demi is a very young trainer, a very talented trainer, one of the many faces of magnetic nail design, and a very technical trainer with a lot of skill and know-how. Tonight it's a little bit a first, because this is the first time that she's doing an English e-workshop, but I'm here to help her, and I know you are there as well. So, Demi, welcome, 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 and please start with telling us a little bit about yourself.
Well, hello everybody. Nice that you guys are watching tonight. Well, my name is Demi. I am 23 years old, and I'm here from Holland. And I am a magnetic trainer now for 2 years, I think. And I'm very happy to be part of this family. So, yeah.
Yeah, 23 years old and already that talented, Demi. At what time did you start your training as a nail technician?
I think 10 years ago.
When you were 13?
I was very young, yeah.
Wow.
But yeah, my mother was also a nail technician, so yeah, I wanted to do it too.
And do you work together with your mother?
We are working together in one salon. So yes, and it's very nice to work with your mother.
Yeah, I guess so. I would have loved to work with my mother, although in a way I am working with my mother. Demi, so what is the challenge tonight?
Well, tonight we're gonna do a refill. We're gonna reshape the nails. So we now have an almond nail, but we're going to make a square nail. And we're gonna apply a baby boom on it.
Okay, and you're going to make a baby boom nail using the Power Gel products. You're actually going to mix also a little bit your Power Gels to create a perfect salon version of the baby boom nail. Shall we first have a look at the nail of your model, just to have a check and have an analyze the nail and see what's happening?
Yes.
Oh, that's a beautiful color of gel polish. Which color is that?
It's from the Witch's Hour. The 530.
That's the blue crystal.
Yeah.
Crystal ball. Crystal ball. Yeah. Okay, it's beautiful. Thank you. Oh, but that's so. How old are these nails?
3 weeks. something like that.
3 weeks. Okay, so that's a real growth out. And can we have a look from the side view as well? Just focus. Oh yeah, here we see it. The nail angles down a little bit.
A little bit, yes. But that's normal.
And what do you want to make on this nail, besides a baby boom?
Well, we're gonna make a square nail. So we're gonna lift it a little up so we can create a beautiful C-curve in it, because I really like it with a square nail.
Yeah, and the color is crystal blue. Thank you, Magda. Thank you, Bianca. Sometimes my mouth is faster than my head, and love the color. And Pita says in the comments, a beautiful story, Demi. I have the same with my daughter, but she has to wait a few more years because at the moment she's only 8 years old. So, yeah, great. So we're going to make a square nail. But isn't that difficult?
No, I think it's not, because we are going to apply our power gel and we can push it to the sides. So we can make really easy a square nail with the power gel. So
you're actually will push it outside of the boundaries of the oval shape. So you're going to free sculpt a shape.
Yes, we're going to do that tonight. Yes.
Okay, well, I think we are all anxious to see what you're going to do. Of course, first we have to remove the color and we have to start the surface. So take it away, Demi.
Okay, so the color removing. I'm gonna do it with my e-file, and I'm going to make the nail very thin, because we're gonna apply a baby boom on it, and if we're not making it thin, our white is not full covered as a white color.
Yeah,
so that's
the
my
base,
focus.
the natural nail has to be very thin. Is it total natural nail? Is it a complete natural nail, or was it extended?
It was extended, so it's not full natural nail.
Okay, so then you have to be a little bit careful that you don't make it so thin that the tip of the extended part of the nail just falls off.
Yeah.
Okay, okay, good, that's we're all in the know.
Okay. Let's start. So I'm going to start in the middle part. Just from...
And you're using a very coarse bit. This is the Vortex coarse bit, specifically designed for use together with blushes. But if you're careful, you can also use it in a surface like this. The RPM of the machine is at 30,000 RPM, so full speed, and you're just removing the color.
Yes.
And what is good to mention about this bit is that it's suitable for both left-handed and right-handed people. So in the reverse and the forward position, you can still use the same bit. Perhaps the side shot is nice to see what the difference is in... Yeah, we see that it's already flatter and that there's a little bit of an apex now happening at the area of the blue part left at the cuticle.
Yes. Well, there's also the natural nails, so I want to be, soft. And maybe more with hand filing than with the electric file.
Yeah, so you're careful at the area of the natural nail. I would also always prefer to do that with the hand file. So you're checking the nail. I see that you're checking the nail. And what are you looking for when you do this?
How much space I have left.
So how much volume there's left?
Yeah, yeah. And I'm checking it like this.
Looking into the hairline and then trying to see what happens between the end of the nail, the hairline, and the hyponychium. And by angling the nail a little bit, you can see in the nail and you see what's happening on top of the nail and what happens underneath.
Yes. Well, I think this is enough with the electric file, so I'm going to file with my hand now.
So that was exactly 80 seconds of e-filing. So that is what happens when you use proper bits and proper machines. And of course, Magnetic Nail Design offers both in the best quality there is. You're going to go hand filing, and you're also going to reshape the nail now, or at least shorten the area of the nail that you don't need anymore.
Yes, I'm going to make it a little bit shorter and also a little slimmer.
Oh, you're going to make it a little bit more narrow, a little bit slimmer also.
Yes.
So you don't think yourself, I keep as much on the sides as possible?
No.
Oh.
Because if you're doing a new set with nail forms, you also want, like this is the natural nail, and then make the extension a little slimmer with a baby boom because of the white and the nude color. If you're making your extensions too big and you're going to apply the white and the nude color, and then you have to file it because you have to file power gel, there is a possibility that you file your blend away.
Yeah.
So I want my natural nail and then the extension a little bit slimmer.
Okay, to prevent overfiling the blending and maintaining the colors. That's a very good tip. So make it a little bit more narrow. Let's see how you do this.
Yes. So I'm actually not gonna focus on the shape. Just make it a little slimmer.
And you're taking it all the way from the stress point of the nail?
Yes.
So the point where the natural nail grows out of the skin to the free edge?
Yes. A little like this.
Yeah.
So now you see that the sides here are a little slimmer.
Yeah. And some people will call this a ballerina.
Yeah.
But it's not.
So I'm not gonna make it really shorter, just a tiny bit.
Okay, and so what I now see is that the nail is really quite tapered. And you are still able to make that a square? That's really interesting.
Yes, we're going to have apply our power gel step by step.
Okay, so that means that we have to focus.
Yes.
Aleid is giving you a compliment that you're doing a really good job. Aleid is one of the members of our magnetic competition team, and she's watching us tonight. So hello, Aleid. And other members of the competition team, and all viewers, of course, and distributors and trainers. So you're using the plastic core. Do you prefer to use the plastic core more than using the metal core?
Depends on what I'm doing. I like it for salon work, but when I'm making an reversed inlay nail,
Yeah.
I really like to work with the metal core because of the wall from our smile line.
Yeah, when you file up against the wall of the reverse nail, you want to have a very thin, sharp file that can really go in there. But for the surface filing and salon work, the flexibility of the plastic core is very nice because it helps you to almost peel the surface of the upper arch into the correct shape. What type of grit are you using, Demi?
150.
150 grit?
Yes.
Okay, so medium coarse.
And if you're a little bit too scared by filing it to the natural nail like this, you can start, of course, with the 150 and then take the 180 if you're going to file the natural nail.
Yeah, if you're going to the natural nail, of course, you can use a softer file.
So
But you're not yet really touching the natural nail, are you?
no, I'm not actually. You can see a little product over there. But I think this is the level I want to be.
Yeah. Just a little bit there on the left side, because there's a little bit of lifting, it seems.
Yes.
And we have a lot of distributors that are simultaneously translating for their clients into Armenian, into Danish, into French, I've seen, German. Of course, this e-workshop will also be made available on YouTube on our channel, Magnetic Nail Talk, this Friday, and then you can choose the captions suitable for your country. At the moment, we have 17 different languages available, subtitles, and you choose that by going to the little wheel on top of the YouTube screen, and you can choose your settings. We also will make this e-workshop available with a voiceover in French, German, Italian and Spanish for people that prefer to listen to Nail Talk Live in their own language or are afraid that they will miss a little bit by watching it in English. So, all of this will be made available. The voiceover shows are put on socials after a time that it was decided on with the distributor. So that varies a little bit, and on YouTube you can find everything with the different subtitles. Let's go back to Demi, because this was a whole long sentence.
Yes, so I'm done filing now, and now I'm going to start with my prep. And it's gonna be a really easy one. So, of course, starting with a cuticle pusher by pushing the cuticle a little bit. I don't know the word.
Upward, so you're pushing slightly upward to the cuticle and just pushing it a little bit, upward, a little bit, upward. Making space on the natural nails. And you're going to do the easy prep using the prep bit, the traditional prep bit. And the prep bit has no grit on the top surface of the bit, only on the sides. So you can even push towards on top of to the cuticle with the prep bit.
Yes, and I'm always using my prep bit from the middle to the left, then switch it off the electric e-file from the middle to the right. So forward and reverse. Okay.
For our English audience, when you work and you switch between forward and reverse, please always put the speed of the machine to 0 RPM, turn off the machine, switch, turn it back on, raise the RPM to the desired speed, which is for the prep between 5 and 10,000 RPM, and then do the other side. This protects the quality of your machine and also protects the machinery inside your machine, the motor. So now you switched it to the other side, you turn it off, and you're doing your prep. If you do this on 10 nails, Demi, would you first do everything on the left side and then everything on the right side?
Yes, of course. That's faster than switching the electric file by every nail.
Yeah, I agree. Amber is asking whether it's better to do this instead of doing it only from from right to left, as she's doing in the salon.
Well, I think it's better to do from the middle to the left and the middle to the right, because in the right corner, it's really difficult to take that cuticle with you if you're only going from right to left at once. So in the right corner, there's always a little
leftover cuticle.
Yeah.
Okay, can you show that on the finger, which corner you're actually mentioning?
Yes. So if you're going from right to left in one, then this corner is really difficult to remove the cuticle.
The non-living tissue.
Yeah.
Aha, and you prevent that by working from the middle to both sides.
Yes, because when you're doing like from the middle to the right, it's really easy to
follow the shape of the cuticle, I think.
Yeah.
It looks very comfortable this way.
But if you're doing like this, it's more difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, Magda is saying in the comments to Amber, that's personal preference. You can do it in one direction if you're really experienced, if you can move the finger to the sides. I always do it in one direction, from the right to the left, I now realize. But I move the finger a little bit around. But we'll save that for another e-workshop. For now, this is the most efficient way of doing this. And Amber confirms, she says, yes, that's true. Sometimes I notice that the corner is more difficult. Thank you for explaining. So, that's helpful. Earlier, there was also a question which electric file or e-file is being used. Well, the bit that we're using is the prep bit. So that's specifically to do the preparation of the natural nail. The e-file that Demi is using is the top of the bill file, and that is the revolution file. We have that here in the studio because we want only the best for our trainers, and the revolution file is the best e-file in the world. So, having said that, I see that Demi is waiting for us to go to the next step.
Yes, our next step will be applying the power gel.
Already now. The nail is... Oh, you're fast. But before we do the power gel, I have to mention what the homework is. So let's go to the homework, because I bet you want to also do the challenge this week. The homework assignment is create 5 Babyboom nails during a refill. So that means that we have to see photos of before the refill, during the refill, and after the refill. And you're creating on 5 nails, that is one hand, not on color pops, not on a practice hand, but on a real hand, 5 nails, filling, and you use the Babyboom technique. But not only that, you also have to reshape the nails. So you have to change the shape of the nails that you're working on. Like tonight, from an oval to a square nail, from a square to an oval, from an oval to another shape. You be creative, you create what you want, but we need to see 5 nails. And what are the rules? As usual, you have 2 weeks to complete your homework. The deadline is on March 13th. Upload your homework using the link that you can find in the album in the International Nail Talk Live group called Refill Babyboom. If anything needs improvement, Jessica will contact you. Normally she does this within a couple of days of the end of the deadline. So not after a day or 2, because Jessica has to do a lot of homework, checks also the Dutch shows. So the last couple of days, that is when she takes the time to give you feedback on your nails. And of course, you have to also upload your step-by-step photos. No more than 4, maximum 5, and a perfect end result, because we also want to show everybody what the winners made. If you do all of this, you will receive your e-certificate, your Nail Talk Live certificate of this refill and reshape Babyboom lesson from Demi. But there are also 3 people that have a chance to win a perfect prize, and this week this is the prize. Because Demi is working with Power Gel, it's a tube of Power Gel extender and a jar of Power Gel frosted pink, so you can also feel what you prefer of these 2. A mixing jar, and why a mixing jar will be made clear a little bit later. Diamond Dust Pink, that's a beautiful pink shade. Top gel with a shimmer that changes the look of everything you make. And a nice paper palette that we use a lot of. So a great prize, especially for you, and we'll send it always a couple of days after we announce the winners. All of this and a lot of Power Gel throughout Europe the last month, because Power Gel is the product of the month, February. And you have up till tomorrow, so the whole day tomorrow, to shop your Power Gel with 20% discount, not only in the Netherlands, but throughout the world from your magnetic distributor. But hold on, I have more exciting news, because at the beginning of April, we will have a worldwide discount weekend with all of the magnetic distributors. This is on the 6th, 7th and 8th of April, so the weekend after Easter, and then we are launching new products. We'll have worldwide discounts on the whole assortment, not on new products. We're launching the new product and we have a discount on the whole range of magnetic nail design, excluding the new product, and a lot of inspiration. For the Dutch open house, as we normally call this, an open house, I always go live during the couple of days showing everybody what's happening behind the scenes. And I'm doing that in Dutch for our Dutch clients. But this time I will also take you, our international viewers, with me behind the scenes so that you can see what happens inside Magnetic Nail Design headquarters. How are we getting all of the packages together? How many clients do we have in the shop? Cerisa will be demonstrating as well as Luelle. So I will go to the demo table showing you what's happening in Holland. And perhaps one of our distributors or our distributors can show us also what they are doing in the group. Magda from the UK will actually be in Holland during those days to give a class, so her discounts are online. Check with your local distributor what the possibilities are, what kind of things you can do to enjoy a weekend full of magnetic, see the new products and enjoy just a lot of inspiration. So, that was my first round of information. I want to go back to you, Demi, because the nail is ready for power gel and I still wonder how we go from this to this.
Well, we're going to apply the white power gel now, and I think I'm going to do that in 3 steps. So the first step is going to be the blending of the white into the natural nail, and also a little bit changing the shape. Next step is also the shape, and the third step will be the coverage of the white power gel. But first I have to use prep and wipe and bond, of course. So we're going to make like this.
Yeah,
from this to this.
Yeah, I want to see how this works. So you prep the nails and use prep and wipe to dehydrate the natural nail. And now you're applying the bond. You can use soft bond primer or gel polish bond. Both are similar, but the natural nail needs to have acid-free bond. So this is acid-free to enhance the adhesion of the power gel. So it's important that you use soft bond primer. Never use an acidic primer because that is not very healthy for the natural nail or the surrounding skin. But we want to have the best adhesion, and power gel gives the best adhesion, but the bond is just there to kickstart that adhesion.
Yes, okay, my first round of power gel.
Okay, power gel white, and you're applying it in the middle of the nail, which is the technique most people are using when they work with power gel, because you're working your way downward.
Yes, true. So first I'm going to make a pancake, like this, and I'm using the belly of my brush to push the power gel.
Let's have a side shot, because then we can see that you're actually using the full length of the hair to flatten the surface of the bead of power gel completely evenly.
So like this. And I'm also going to the left side, turning my brush also with me.
Yeah, so you're angling your brush, making sure that you have an even product volume everywhere. Yes. And you're using an acrylic brush. I think this is the Prestige number 10 brush.
Yes, I really like this brush for my power gel. Okay, so now I have power gel in the middle and the left and the right. Now I want to blend this in my natural nail.
Okay, so you're first doing the blend.
Yes.
Okay.
My pencil or my brush will be like this on 45 degrees behind my product.
Yeah, so you have the tip of the brush on the natural nail.
Yes.
Okay.
So I can push the power gel again with the belly of my brush.
This is very clear to see like this. Super, thank you.
And now you can see why I start with blending, because my power gel
moves to the front.
Yes.
Yeah. And on the sides, of course, you have to angle your brush a little bit to make sure that you are able to get, like you're doing now, into the sidewall line.
Yes. And also we want to make that square nail. So now you see I pushed it already in that line from the square.
Yeah, we see, well, a little bit of square and a lot of taper. Magda is saying, perfect technique, Demi, with stars in her eyes.
Thank you.
And you're using, of course, prep and wipe to make sure that the product doesn't stick to your brush. Never use too much prep and wipe because it will thin the product and you don't want it thin. So you're gently pulling it down and pulling and pulling, and we see the nail widening.
Yes, it's because I'm giving a little bit of pressure. And I'm also, of course, correcting the sides and the lower arches already a little bit. But now I also think that I don't have enough product yet.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I'm going to put it in the light for 30 seconds. And then I'm going to apply another round of power gel.
Yes. So can we have a side shot just to see how thick the nail is now? How thick because it is very thin. It is super thin. Yeah, and of course a little bit there, but we'll fix that when we file our lower arches. Yeah, 30 seconds is enough to go in the light. Normally we recommend per layer of power gel a total curing time of 90 seconds. But that is when power gel is applied in a full volume overlay. What means this? That it's about 1.8 millimeters in thickness. That thickness needs 90 seconds of curing for a complete cure. Well, that's of course a little bit difficult to understand, but now we're applying a very thin layer. It's very thin, it's almost like a base layer. So 30 seconds is enough. During the rest of the treatment and the surface, of course, the nail will be exposed to more light in the twin light. The twin light is an LED light that works on LED curing products, but also in UV curing products. So if you use traditional gels, like a standard builder gel or a top gel, then you use the setting for UV. That doesn't mean that it changes its light, but it changes the duration of the light exposure, because a UV gel needs a longer time in the light, while a LED gel needs a shorter time in the light. I think the 30 seconds is gone.
Yes, I'm going to apply again the white power gel, but not gonna blend it again in my natural nail, because the blending, how it is now, I want it to be like this. So I'm going to place the second part a little lower.
Underneath the blending.
Yes.
So this is really there to correct the shape.
Yeah, because here at the front tops, there is not that corner yet. So that's what I'm going to make now. But my steps are going to be the same. So I'm going to make a pancake, move it to the left and the right sides. Then my brush on 45 degrees and push the product with me.
Perhaps a little bit of top shot, Gillian, so that we can just have a look at what we see. We see the brush, but it's really worth it, the Prestige 10 brush. And you see that you're pushing and pulling, and then we can go back to the side, because then we see how even it becomes. And you're making not a box square, but a little bit of a slender square. So, and a little bit top shot. Are we there yet? Well, almost.
Almost.
Well, Gillian is asking me, isn't this easier when you would apply a nail form underneath?
That's also an option. But I think this is also fun to do.
Yeah, this is fun to do because you're actually creating something that is not there. So you are able to play with it and to, almost like a magician, create a square nail out of an oval nail. Another thing is that a form needs to fit properly on the sides. And if you maintain the natural nail underneath, it may be difficult to apply the form so that there won't be any problem of a perfect fit along the whole lower arch line of the nail. So if you're able to extend it free form, you will always get a nicer shape, especially because during a refill and a reshape, we also file the C-curve from the underneath upward, thinning out the product from underneath, creating a deeper C-curve. So then you can fix any C-pitch problems with your E-file after the surface has been done. And then you can create even C-curves all over the hand and on the full set. So it can be done on a form, but it can also be done free-form.
Yes, so it's ready for the third step. If you look like this, so the shape is already there, but I need more thickness because I'm going too far from underneath and now I don't have space to do that.
So you need a little bit more thickness?
A little bit.
Okay, okay, okay. Amber is asking you, Demi, whether or not you often have to change the shape of the nails of your clients in your salon.
I have a few clients that really like to change the shape a lot. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. I also had some of those clients, and I didn't like to do the changing of the shape. But nowadays, of course, the products are of a better quality. I see that Lindsay says that she does this with acrylic. We haven't tried it with power gel. I was also doing that in the past with acrylic, but it looks so much easier doing the power gel. And this is now the third bead of product, and the nail is still super thin, super even, and she needs more just to be able to file up the C-curve. So that is a totally different way of doing it than what I see normally. And you're just repeating the same steps. So dividing it into a pancake-like shape from sidewall to sidewall, then angling the brush to blend it into the old product or the applied product, the priorly applied product, and then using the brush on the full length to create the smooth upper arch, coverage, and of course thickness at the free edge, where you will correct the nail from underneath using the E-file. Yeah. Daisy says that she thinks this is actually a very good to do this for your shape techniques when you do reshaping a lot. And I agree, because reshaping a nail is one of the most difficult things that you can do, because you have to be able to see the future nail in your mind, and then all the steps lead to that future nail. If you just a simple refill, of course, at a certain moment, it's just natural nail that grows in a certain pattern and a certain shape, and you just fill that. So it's a whole different ball game, and more for a technically inclined nail technician, or the nail tech that has a lot of demanding clients.
So it's for the 30 seconds into the light again. I'm done with applying the white power gel. So I'm going to start applying my nude color. And for this nude color, I would like to mix two colors, and that will be the extender and the frosted pink. And why? It's because the extender is a little semi-transparent, and the frosted pink, it's a beautiful pink, but maybe too pink. When I'm mixing together, it's gonna be a little soft pink. And my mix will be like 50-50. But I'm gonna show you guys how I mix these products together.
Okay, this is always exciting to see. I'm totally getting into it. Exciting to see how a new color is made. So Power Gel Frosted Pink is more a Barbie pink. Extender is a soft nude tone. This is semi-transparent. So mixing the two actually creates a beautiful shade that will fit beautifully in this blending. So let's see, you're going to use a paper palette. That's why it's also one of the in the price.
Okay. I'm taking a little bit of the frosted pink. Like this. And the extender.
Natalia says, it is very interesting, really curious about the result of the mixing. Well, I'm as well curious, but I've seen the end result, so I fell in love, Natalia.
So power gel mixing is really important that you're not gonna do like this, but more like slightly give it a little bit of love. So that's what we're going to do.
Yeah, it's really blending the colors together. Mixing is the incorrect word. We should call it blending the colors together.
Yeah.
Because you see that there are no air bubbles appearing, because Demi is really using her spatula in the correct way and blending the colors while pushing them downward on the paper palette and then pulling everything together as she does now and redoing the blending. So it's almost like mixing oil paints on your palette and then bringing them together to create the product that you need. And you see that it's perfectly blended already. It's very even, no air bubbles, no strange discolorations, just a beautiful, yeah, how shall we call this? Almost like a salmon-ish pink?
Yeah, that's nice.
A pastel pink, Gillian is saying. It's like mixing chocolate, hand and nail treatments is saying. Isn't it, Demi?
Yeah.
Mixing chocolate is also when you're tempering the chocolate on your marble, then you also have to do the same movement.
Okay, so I'm done mixing it. I already have a mix in my mixing jar because I already did the other nails and I want it to be the same color. So if you have a mix of a product and you want to keep it, then just keep it in the mixing jar, but make enough. So there is enough for 10 nails and not just for 6 or something.
Yeah, so Magda is asking, when you mix power gel, how long can you store it? Well, indefinitely. You can store it indefinitely. The mixing jars, there's no light coming through, so the mixture is safe from curing, and the quality of the products just stays perfectly in the salon. Of course, when you mix the colors, it is better if you mix it in a mixing jar. It's a little bit more tricky than when you're mixing it on a paper palette and then taking it to the mixing jar, because the mixing jar allows a little bit better to stir, which is not what you need to do. You need to blend. So make the blending and then put it into your jar. Gemma's asking you, Demi, when your mixture is finished, how would you know what the mix ratio is of the mixture?
Try something. So now I have 50-50 from the product. If I think that it needs more pink, then just apply a little bit more pink and yeah, then make it like 60-40. Yeah, something like that.
But I think it's more in the sense that Wendy is also saying, so how much would you mix for a whole set? Always make a jar, a mixing jar, for if you're mixing. And then you will have enough for probably a set or 5, 6. And if you see in your jar that it's getting lower, so you doubt whether or not you have enough to do your next client, then mix extra. So take it out of the mixing jar, put it on the paper palette, add 50% frosted pink, 50% extender, mix the whole batch again, blend the color, and then you will have enough for your next client. That way you never waste product and you will always have a similar tone of color for all of the nails.
Yes. Okay, so I'm ready to apply my mixed color now. So. And it's going to be the same steps almost. So first I'm going to make a pancake. Moving it to the left.
It's a beautiful color, Demi. Can you please take your mixing jar out of the screen, because then it's easier to focus on the nail. I know it's an inconvenience to ask. Perfect color. Wendy is asking, do you always recommend just to mix a little bit at first? Well, Wendy, if you want to see what happens, always mix a little bit, but keep in the back of your mind what approximately the percentage of the mixture is. So a 50-50 is not that bad to remember. It's a same sized bead of the one color and the other color. And if you think this is nice, this is what I want, then you mix a bigger quantity in the small quantity to prevent that you don't have enough. So here we see you already did the 45-degree angles towards the cuticle. You're making the airtight seal around the cuticle. You created the pancake, so the steps are exactly the same.
Exactly the
So
same.
you're also going to pull it all the way to the free edge.
Not all the way. First, I'm gonna make a little wall, like this. And now with a flat brush, I'm giving a little bit pressure and take it down.
Yeah, go to the center, but then we see now, because we see now that the blend is done perfectly, and if we go back to the side, you see that you are actually doing the opposite of what you did with the white. With the white, you were blending with the tip of the hair, and now you're blending with the bottom part of the hair, making it perfect.
Yes, true.
And the blend is beautiful and so easy.
So,
Well, I can do this, I think. Krisje says that she loves watching this. And somebody else, Mandy, just came in because she had to go to the hairdresser for this Monday. And that's because Mandy is also part of our competition team. And this Monday, we're going to film pitches of our team members here in the studio. And they're going to present themselves. Cheryl has thought of a whole plan for that. So everybody wants to look their finest. So curious to see or anxious to see what everybody will look like Monday. We'll have a fun day. And Cheryl is saying about your technique that it's so controlled with the heart. Cerisa is also joining us tonight, and she says, oh, so beautiful, Demi. Wow, says Monique. Beautiful, says Monica Persson from Sweden. Hello, Monica. So really, people love this nail that you made. Are you already done with the blend? Oh, this is the second nail.
Yes, I have another
forgot
nail.
that we had a second nail. So we can see it again.
Yeah.
So already a pancake.
Yes, pancake, went from the left to the right side. And now again, going to the cuticle area. But maybe it's good to say that I'm not push it like I did with the white, but I'm, do like this. My brush is behind the product.
Yeah.
And now
You're taking it with your brush.
Yes.
You're actually pushing it forward towards the cuticle.
Yeah. But you have to be behind your product and not like this.
Yeah, because if you do this, then you'll get a whole heap of product at your cuticle. Sometimes you see that on Instagram and I go like, oh my God, it's my worst nightmare. But this way, it's very controlled and you'll get a very even application around the cuticle. Gillian says to me in my ear that it's almost like dragging the product, but you're actually also pushing the product, because with dragging, I think of pulling something. But how potato, do it this way and then you'll be fine. That's an efficient way to teach something. Just do it this way. Yeah. Beautiful, Demi. Again, a beautiful nail. And so easy. Because of the semi-opacity of the extender, it really blends super easily.
Yes. Okay. Again, like 30 seconds in the lights. And then I'm going to start my applying my Power Gel Clear, because I want to fill the gap that I've made with my blending white and the blending of my mixing color. There is now a little gap, and I'm using Power Gel Clear to fill that gap. You can also use Power Gel Pink, because then it's a little pink in it. But I like the clear more because my nude color is already a little bit pink.
Okay. So there's a little gap, well, there's just a little gap between the two, and you're going to use the clear. So I want to see the first application of clear, and then I'll have a little bit of homework and things that I want to say to all of you. So let's see how Demi does the clear and where she applies it. Because are you going to apply the clear right at the top of the cuticle or more towards where you need it?
Also a little bit at the cuticle area, but just a little bit. Depends on how thick you did your nude color.
Okay, because you don't want a very high apex. You just want it a little bit moderate.
Yep. Okay. I'm going to apply it right here. And still the same steps. So, making a pancake. To the left, to the right. My brush will be like here. And just pushing it this a little bit to the cuticle. Just to blend it, to blend the product. And then I'm taking it with me to the front. And I'm filling that gap.
Isn't it difficult? Or, of course, you've been teaching a lot. Do you notice that people make the nail too thick when they do this application?
Yes, it's really important that you just color your nail with the white and your nude color and build the nail with the power gel clear or the power gel pink, because we have to file the power gel, and if we already made the nail too thick with or nude or
your colors,
then we're filing or blending away.
Yeah, then you're filing through your color blending.
Yeah.
So it is still. I feel that often when I look at nails done with power gel, that it feels like a fuller nail, but then if you properly, because you're still working it, you're evening it out, and so it slowly it's shaped correctly. So it is a different length of duration of the surface than, for instance, an acrylic, which sets more. So you're just correcting until the shape is beautiful. And don't forget that we need to pull this nail a little bit upward. So we'll need a little bit more product at that hairline, but of course throughout the total free edge to correct the upward movement of the C-curve a little bit later. Yes. Beautiful.
I think it's okay like this. So now we're going to cure it for 1.5 minutes.
Okay, so in that 1.5 minutes, that gives me time to use more than 1.5 minutes to just tell you a little bit. Well, of course, the first thing that I want to share with you are the workshops for the month of March. We have them here on screen, and the first workshop of the month of March is going to be Magda. That's next week, and Magda is going to take us into pastel flowers in a fiber coat combination. So that's going to be a lot of nail art, beautiful, beautiful flowers. When I saw her flowers, I thought to myself, I'm going to fall in love with you, Magda. Of course, I already love Magda, but the flowers are just a finishing touch. Beautiful. A week later, José, one of our international Dutch trainers, is joining me. And José is a real technical trainer. I've known José for, I think, 35 years now. 20 years, to be honest. And José is going to do fiber to love nails. So the product of the month of March is fiber coat. And we're using fiber coat in all of the different e-workshops in different reincarnations of itself. And Nails to Love is the name of the salon of José, and that's why we chose this name. What is also fun to mention is that José, together with Kelsey, take care of Magnetic Nail Design Brabant, which is in the southern part of the Netherlands, in the southern province, and she's there teaching and working together with Kelsey. They're a great team. Well, after that, Mia Marie from Sweden is flying down to the Netherlands, and that's on the 20th, and she's going to show us stylish and modern milky designs. So we're going to see a lot of milky, a lot of effect, a lot of a misty fields, misty eyes, and Mia Marie is just a great trainer from Sweden. She's was one of the hosts of Sweden Nail Talk Live, an expert trainer, and just a total fun to have here with me in a couple of weeks. To end the month of March, we have our bomb of the moment, and that's Deborah of Every Moment. And Deborah is going to take us into inlay color boom nails. So more glitter, more shine, more of everything, because that is the perfect fit for Deborah. These are the e-workshops for the month of March, and I already am working on April and May, because we want to make sure that all of you are seeing techniques, new techniques that you immediately can use in your salons. Of course, Power Gel is the product of the month of February, and because it's the month of Power Gel, I want to show you the Power Gel commercial one more time. Beautiful commercial of a beautiful product. And while we are watching the commercial, I see a question of Sarah, and she's asking, can you do multiple fingers at a time with the Power Gel, or do you have to alternate from finger to finger like you do with blush or with gels? Does it self-level or hold its shape so that you can continue finger by finger before curing? Well, you can easily work on a couple of fingers at the same time, because Power Gel stays where you put it. Of course, Power Gel is a gel, not an acryl gel. An acryl gel is a gel that's mixed with acrylic powder. It's a different substance. Power Gel is a real gel that has been cured to a certain level for it to have the great workability and the great features that the Power Gel has. So I would do 2-3 nails at a time, and it depends also on what type of what exact part of the technique you're doing. At the cuticle, I would be a little bit more careful because it's wetter with a little bit of prep and wipe, while at the bulk of the nail, of course, you can do more, but you can definitely work with more nails at a time, although we also have trainers that still prefer to alternate between the hands doing the nails because it's really in their system. So it depends also on what you prefer as a base technique. For this e-workshop, Demi, of course, also has homework, and we already mentioned it. It has to be done on a real hand. Create 5 baby boom nails during the refill using Power Gel and the technique shown. And you also have to change the shape of the nails. So, you have 2 weeks time to do this. This means that the deadline is on March 13th. Upload your homework in the album Refill Baby Boom. If there is any room for improvement, Jessica will contact you. And don't forget to submit your step-by-step photos before, during, and after the refill in the Baby Boom technique. And make sure that you join. Of course, you get your prize, which is the e-certificate, but you always also have a chance to win this amazing prize. Power Gel Extender, Power Gel Frosted Pink, so you immediately are able to create this beautiful color blend, a mixing jar to keep it in, Diamond Dust Pink Top Gel just because we love it, and the paper palette book because everybody needs it. So that's a great prize for all of you to enjoy. I think I'll do, yes, I'm here. So, Power Gel is the product of the month, 20% discount, shop till you drop. You can shop Power Gel also tomorrow, so the whole month of February. And the big announcement of today is, of course, the worldwide magnetic discount days on the 6th, 7th and 8th of April, worldwide with all of our distributors, whether it's online or in their shops. Contact your local distributor because we're launching amazing new products, Beautiful colors. Spring is here. We want happiness. We want to go there. We have discounts on the whole assortment, excluding the new products, and a lot of inspiration. If you're in the Netherlands, we welcome you open-handed in Soesterberg, Weert, Kaatsheuvel. And in Soesterberg I am, so I would love to see you. If you are anywhere else, check out magneticnaildesign.com, go to distributors, find your country, find your region, and find the nearest distributor for you, and contact them for more information. So if you are excited to start your magic with magnetic, this is the moment to do it. Just as this is also the moment to start to see what the filing steps are, that we need to go from this slightly bulky nail to a nice slender figure.
Yes, we're going to start filing, but first I am removing a little sticky layer from the power gel with the prep and wipe. And my file steps will be the sides and then the front. So I start from the side, and it's important that you're looking at this part of your file, not this part, also not this part. If I'm looking at this part, that means that I'm going to file away my lower arch. If I'm looking at this part, means that I'm filing away my blending right here. With a square, it's also important to end your file upwards.
Yeah, so the final filing movement is an upward movement to make sure that you don't round out the corner of the square. We already see now that you take away a little bit of the bulk at the stress point, that the nail, the lines of the sidewall lines are getting sharper and the nail really becomes a square nail.
Yes. Front is the same. Well, on top of the camera it looks a little bit different. But where I'm looking at is also this part of the file, not this part, and also not this
here
part.
It is.
Oh, yeah.
So just hold it there against, and then you see you're looking, the file is at a 90-degree angle to the nail. Not slanted, not overly slanted the other way, but just really straight.
Okay. Maybe a little bit more here. And then there is a shape. Okay, now that the shape is here, I'm going to look at the lower arches because we didn't do that with the first round of filing. So I'm checking
there was
them.
a little bit hanging over there. Pernilla says that you are great at the explanation.
Thank you.
Pernilla is also from Sweden and also one of the trainers that I want to invite for an e-workshop in the coming months.
So now it is really important that you're also following the line of the finger. Because we're going to make a square nail, I want to follow this line. It has to be straight. If I'm filing like this, then it's, your nail is going to be too high. But if I'm filing like this, I'm filing away my stress points.
Yeah, so it really has to be perpendicular to the finger.
Yeah. And the other.
Perhaps top shot, because this looks a little bit strange, and I think this is more what we are used to seeing when we are filing the nails ourselves. So for me, this side is always more difficult because I tend to catch the stress point. So be careful, but make sharp lines. And we see already a soft square. Can we just check and see what the hairline now looks like? Because I want to have that for my reference. Yeah, so there's enough product. Yeah. And if you turn it flat a little bit, then we can look in the nail, then we see what we have to correct. So that's interesting. Yes, great. Thank you.
Okay. My top filing will be like an X. So like this.
Oh, perhaps on top shot? Yeah. So you're filing in an X. So
Yes.
from one side to the other side at the cuticle. So from the left corner of the nail to the right cuticle area. And from the right corner of the nail to the left cuticle area. And why?
Because I like that the shape of a square nail, if you're looking at this point, it's also C-curved from above.
Yeah, so the surface you want to... A C-curve is actually, for people that don't know that, you have a C-curve. This is a C-curve, let me see. The underneath of the C-curve, the convex, is what we will fix with the expert bit. The upper side, the concave is what we fix with the expert bit, so the underneath. And the convex is actually the upper side of the C-curve. And you create that by going in a cross-like movement to create a beautiful rounded surface on the nail.
Yes. So I'm going to start filing, and it's really important that I left my file on the nail and not doing this. It has to be like this.
Long movements.
Yes. And now you can see that...
Yeah, it's crisscross.
Yeah. Maybe a little bit. Don't give too much pressure, because your file is doing his work already by themselves.
Yeah. The file's doing the work, you just are positioning the file and moving the file. You're the vessel. Yeah, vessel, yes. Magda is asking whether or not it's still the 150 grit.
Yes, true.
Yeah. Yes, it is, the 150 grit.
Okay, then the cuticle area. Just really slow and be careful with that. Especially when you did a combi manicure.
Yeah, there was a discussion earlier in the comments whether or not you would cut the cuticles if you want to do the combi manicure before or after the filing, finish filing of the technical nail. So if you do the combi manicure including cutting before you file the surface of the new nail, then you have to be super careful. You can also choose to do the easy prep before or the prep before, and then after you're finished with the filing of the surface, then cut any loose parts of the cuticle. So be careful, because if you already did it before, you cut the cuticle before you do the filing, then of course the skin is sensitive and you have to be careful.
I think it's also important that you set your file like this. Yeah. So like this.
At a 30-degree angle.
Yeah. Because if you're placing your file like this,
yeah,
then that sharp part...
Yeah, then you're bleep, bleep up the cuticle.
So now I just have to file this apex. That's a little bit more smoother.
And of course, what you can also see on the side shot is that your the finger is slightly angled downward, so that it's easier to get the angled file around the cuticle area. So it's a combination of both, which is clearly visible. And now we go back to the top because your hair is in front of it, and we are just finishing the apex. Beautiful, soft, photoshopping the nail surface.
A little bit.
Yeah, photoshopping, so evening the surface of the nail, making sure that everything just flows into each other. In the past, we would do this with our white block, of course. But now you can do it with the file. The benefit of doing this with the file is that the file, when you very loosely hold it in your hand like this and you're photoshopping the surface, the sound of the file and the vibrations of the file tell you that you need a little bit more filing or that you're finished with filing. So that is just a matter of building up experience. So the bulk of the surface of the nail has been done, but now we still have something to do underneath.
Yes, that's true. We have to remove...
Or do you want to do the second nail just in real time?
Yeah, that's okay.
What do you prefer?
Let's do that.
Okay. We'll do the second nail in real time. So I will take over you have to stay in the middle though. Yeah. So it's the same thing all over again. So focus on the side lines. The side walls, holding the file totally straight up against the nail, making sure that you don't see either side of the file, just the top line of the file. After the side walls have been done, then you file the free edge of the nail into the desired length and also shape. If your model is not cooperating, just yank at her finger like Demi is doing to make her understand what she needs to do. But we've all been there. We've all been in this nail studio with a client that needs a little bit of tender love and care, and sometimes a little cuticle hit, as we call that. I see a beautiful sound of filing, softly filing, Naomi is saying. Gemma says that she always uses the white block around the sharp edges of the hygiene files. That that makes them dull, so it takes off this very sharp part of the files, because its file is paper, and paper cuts. We've all been there. So she uses the white block to dull the edges. You can also use a folded hygienic file that's folded double, and use that as a little blade to dull the edges of your file. And a little tough love, yes, that is needed for those models that we sometimes, and clients that we have. Another thing to think of is that the thumbnail is supposed to have the same shape and sharpness as the other nails. Turn the hand when you make it so you can see it properly. When you see a photo of nails, you see so many people having problems to get the shape on the thumbs. Yeah, but you also see photos of people that have problems in general. But that's life. So you're going, continuing already. Oh, this was already the apex filing. Is this already the apex filing? Yes, it is. Huh? So the cuticle filing is done, and that was the apex, and I only spoke about 70 seconds. So that's nice and fast. Of course, it's always better to sculpt with the brush and not with the file. The file is there to finish your nail to the desired shape and volume, but you sculpt in the shape with your product. That's easier, better, and more efficiently. Ah, beautiful.
I think I'm there.
That is super fast. Okay, remove the dust also of the table towel, please, because it kind of distracts me. 1, 2, finish, as Nadia is saying. Demi, you are fast, Gemma says. Yes, Gemma, I agree. Demi is one of our fastest trainers. Sometimes I even think, Demi, we still have time to fill. But at the moment, it's 9:12, so that means that we're perfectly on schedule. And we're perfectly on schedule. So you are going to finish the nails, I think. Oh,
yes.
no, you have to fix the underneath. And I skip a whole step. I think she's so fast.
We have to file from underneath the nail. And I like to do it with the expert bit. I'm also going from the middle to the left side and from the middle to the right side. Because if I'm starting from the right side and go straight to the left side, sometimes it will be, because of the rotating, that you go underneath the nail.
Yeah, so when you file, I learned this also. It was a total, because sometimes you know it. You file underneath the nail, you hold it like this, and you do because then you catch the nail and you lose a little bit of control. If you go from the middle to the left and from the middle to the right, adjusting to reverse or forward, then you have control, and that doesn't happen. Isn't that a great tip? Because I always am so in shock when it happens. I think we've all been there. We have to have been there.
Yes, we probably have. Okay, let's take a look from underneath. So now it's this. We have a lot to file.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start from the middle to the left side. Full speed.
30,000 RPM from the middle, and you go one side using the expert coarse bit, and you're just thinning out the product, thinning out the nail. How much time do you normally need for a refill, Demi?
On a normal refill?
Yeah, normal refill.
1 hour and 10 minutes.
And those are then longer nails, technical nails?
Yeah.
Okay, that is quite fast. 1 hour and 10 minutes. And and like what you're doing now, is that 1 hour and 15 minutes?
Yeah, 1 hour, 15, 20 minutes, something like that.
So quite a fast, that is also why Demi in Holland is the trainer that teaches the refill trading. 3 days to teach or learn perfection in combination with speed. Yeah, so the right side is thin, and you also take the lower arch with you.
Yes, a little bit, because there are sharp points. Now.
Yeah.
So
And I see that you're sweeping from the middle over and over to the left side. I took the middle, went in, and then to the left. But then, of course, sometimes you go a little bit too far. And this way, you're just like peeling an orange.
yeah, that's true. Plus, I would like to look how much space I actually have left. And that's why I start with this top and then filing.
Yeah, so you're also
here.
using different parts of the bit, of the expert bit. Now you're working more with the tip of the expert bit, while at the front, at the hairline, you're working more with the middle part of the expert bit.
Yes.
Sanne says that it's a very clear explanation. Sanne is one of our new trainers in Holland. So she's also one of my guests in the near future. And expert bit is the favorite bit of Joanna. I heard that the gear shifted. So are we going the other way? Well, I have my driver's license since a couple of years, so I know that was the gear shifting.
Yeah. Now it's really important, because there is a sharp point here that I'm pulling away her skin.
Yeah, you're pulling away the finger so that you're able to get in there, to get that little bugger off. That little hangnail, which is not quite a hangnail. But like this, and you see you don't damage your skin, you're able to really go into that stress point just to clean up everything underneath. And this way you can create a more modern shape on a more natural nail during a refill. People are admiring your fastness. They love it, but they also love it in the Dutch show. And here again, she goes towards the lower arch line, going towards it, and then gently taking the whole body of the free edge, using the bit, and now fixing that little corner. Mia Marie says that she sees that you're using the expert bit green. Is it also okay to use the expert bit blue for this step?
Yes, of course it is.
Thank you, that was very efficient as well. Is it still in the same rotation, Demi? Susie is asking, no, it's now switched to reverse or forward.
Reverse.
To reverse. In my time, I never switched between reverse and forward. It was like a setting. If I was right-handed, I put it in the right-handed setting, and I used it that way for, I think, 18 years. And a couple of years ago, I discovered that there was also a reason why you would use the left-handed setting. So it really took some time for me to get used to it, and I still am like, okay, which setting do I now need to use for which side? Because of course I only do the nails of May, and I don't change the setting because I work on the natural nails, which is always also great to do. Still takes me 4.5 hours though, so in that same time, Demi can do 4 clients. Yeah.
Okay, so now we're done filing underneath. I think it's really important to check the shape again. So that means from the sides.
Because the shape can change a little bit while you are filing, because sometimes you don't see that the bottom part of the hairline is sticking out a little bit more than the top line of the hairline. So you have to gently fix it just at 1%. Magda, like me, she discovered the reverse when she did the e-manicure. Yeah, well, I'm not that well equipped in the e-manicure, but that is exactly when I discovered it as well. Or I saw other people discovering it. I also saw that other people didn't understand that you have to turn down the RPM before switching it into a different gear. But compare it to your car. If you're driving in a car on the highway and you're in the 5th gear, never pull it in reverse in one single movement, because that is not healthy for the car. That is not healthy for your e-file. Well, let's be honest, it's not healthy for you. So, down, change, up. Yeah. Okay, do you charge extra for making this into a soft square with all the extra skilled work used to alter the original shape? Very good question, Catherine. So, Demi, is there an extra charge when your client wants to go from one shape to another shape?
Yes, there is, because yeah, there is much work to do. So I asked them €5 extra.
Per nail?
No, full.
For the full, okay, then I understand that your clients, I would raise that price a little bit, Demi, because you want them not to want to change every single time, except when you see it also as a training potential and a potential for your portfolio, of course, which is, then it's absolutely worth it, but it's a little surplus.
Okay. Yeah, but I also like sometimes the shape changing, because sometimes I think for the client, her hand, yeah, the almond shape is much nicer, more elegant than a square shape. So if they are wearing square and they are wanted to make it almonds, then I'm like, yeah, that's better. Let's do that.
Yeah, I love almond shapes. They're my favorite shapes. But of course, you also have to have the first consult with your client where you advise them a correct length and shape suitable for their lifestyle. That is, of course, a thing that we didn't discuss tonight, which is essential in any professional nail studio. So are you now finished?
Yes, I'm ready to apply a top gel.
Okay, but while you are applying the top gel, I'm taking the floor here because I need to discuss with you just once more the e-workshops of the month of March, our coming month, the month of fiber coat. We will start with Magda with her beautiful flowers. We'll go to José with her fiber to love hybrid nails, so more technical. Then we go back to nail art with Mia Marie and perhaps a little bit of singing. And then we end with our glamour babe, Deborah, with her inlay color boom nails. So that's going to be a lot of excitement in the month of March, and we need that on the Wednesday evenings, just as we need that on the Monday evenings. So please share this show, share it with your friends, share it with your clients, share it with everybody you know, because we need to spread the word that Nail Talk Live International is here for you, all of the nail technicians and of course nail lovers worldwide, because that is what we do, sharing our passion, sharing our knowledge and sharing our information, all for free, just because we love what we are doing. We love what we are doing. So, 2 weeks ago, we had Cerisa here, brand manager for Magnetic Nail Design, and she showed us how to create the perfect power gel Babyboom nail in a new set, a new application. And she did that, and she's always great when she's in the show, of course. And there was homework, and this was the homework of Cerisa. Sculpt one hand, also technical, of Babyboom nails with the technique shown. Use a product of your choice and create that perfect blend. Well, isn't that clear? That's a clear homework assignment. It's quite similar to today, but today, of course, you have to do the refill. So, of our winners, let me check the order. Yes, the first winner is from the Netherlands. Yes, We chose somebody from the Netherlands, and she made a beautiful set of nails. She created a beautiful set of nails. It's nice to see that you have tried both techniques, with and without a sparkle. Your model or client will certainly love and be very happy with this set of nails. I love them. And these nails were made by Agnes Soppe from the Netherlands. Congratulations, Agnes, with your beautiful work, your beautiful set of nails. 5 nails, shiny, matte, with a shimmer. Well done, perfectly done, congratulations. The second winner is from Denmark. And about the nails she made, Teresa says in her feedback, your Babyboom nails have turned out great. Amazing. You have been able to create a beautiful and subtle blend. The glitter around the cuticle just completes this work of art. Congratulations, I hope that I pronounced it correctly, Michelle Lucke. Michelle from Denmark, congratulations with winning your prize and making your beautiful, beautiful, beautiful glitter Babyboom nails with a shine. Very well done, congratulations with your participation. The last person comes all the way from Italy, down under I would say. And of these nails, Teresa says, if I'm going to marry my current husband for the second time, I thought already, is she planning something? I don't know. If she would marry her current husband for the second time, you could do my nails. She would be honored that you would make her nails. How beautiful you made these. The beautiful blend and subtle art makes this set the perfect baby boomer for me. And these nails were done in Italy by Ekaterina Brindea. Ekaterina, congratulations with your beautiful nails and your subtle, I see very subtle, beautiful flower with a little bit of the metal studs. Congratulations, Ekaterina, and congratulations, Agnes and Michelle, with winning your prize. And this is your prize. Of course, power gel, 3 power gels, so you are able to start the power gel salon and just expand and expand. And the Prestige Oval 10 brush. So that is an amazing prize. Aren't we all a little bit envious? Well, then you have to participate in the homework as well next time. Because then you are also having a chance to make or to win this beautiful prize. So, this was it for now. We need to go to Demi. We still have a couple of minutes left, but I want to see those nails, don't you?
Yes, the nails are finished, so let's see the end results.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Really beautiful, Demi.
Thank you.
Amazing. Yeah, we're going to do the side shot, and of course we need to have the screenshot moment. Eh? So angle them correctly. So join me, huh, Demi? 3, 2, 1, screenshot! And of course, perhaps the whole hand?
Yes.
Is that nice? Shall I zoom out a little bit, just because I can? Oh, it's throwing me off. I think it's this one, and then I need to go the correct way. Oh, I'm going the correct way. This like this, Gillian? Okay, so again, 3, 2, 1, screenshot! My screenshot takes longer than your filing. That's unusual. Beautiful. Thank you, Demi. Do we also want to see the top shot for the whole hand, just because we can? Yeah. Now a more manly screenshot. 3, 2, 1, screenshot! It's almost Wagnerian. Beautiful. Thank you, Demi. Yeah. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Demi, I want to talk with you about the homework one last time. So let's go and have a look at what your homework is. They have to create 5 Babyboom nails in the refill.
Yes, they have.
And do you want to see something specific?
No, just a refill, make a Babyboom, choose the color you like, because today I've made a mix. You can play also with making a mix or just the color you like. And also reshape the nails. Today we did from almond to square, but if you want from square to almond, that's totally fine. So yeah, that's the homework.
And of course, we have the rules. You have 2 weeks time to complete your homework. That means that your deadline is on March 13th. You will find the link that you can use to upload your homework in the album called Refill Babyboom. Jessica will contact you to give you feedback, and do not forget to submit your step-by-step photos to make sure that we all know that you created those nails. If you do that, Demi, you chose a beautiful prize that they can win. What is in it?
The Power Gel Extender, Power Gel Frosted Pink, a mixing jar, of course, because I used that today, the paper palette, because it's really nice to mix your products on it, and the Diamond Dust Pink Top Gel, because it's really beautiful.
And you can use the Diamond Dust Pink Top Gel over any color to change the cool effect, or to change the color of the gel polish, power gel, anything. Demi, I love this, your very first international e-workshop. I'm really proud of how you did, and you explained it so well. So is there any last thing that you want to say to our viewers tonight?
Well, I want to thank you guys for watching tonight. It was my first English show. I was a little bit nervous, but now it's done. I'm like, okay, I'm okay. So thank you guys for watching, and I'm looking forward to the homework you're gonna send.
Yes, I want to thank you, but before I do that, of course, thank you, Demi, for being here, but I already said that, and I'll say that after the cameras are switched off. Just want to show you how proud I am of you. But of course, if you are interested in anything concerning magnetic nail design or Nail Talk Live, if you want to know where your nearest distributor is, if you want to know where your nearest magnetic trainer is, if you want to know where you can get the beautiful magnetic products, if you want to become a magnetic distributor or trainer, if you want to join the magnetic family, do not hesitate. You can always contact me through Messenger on Facebook for any question that you have, or you send an email to this email address, info@magneticnaildesign.com. Make a screenshot for future reference, 3, 2, 1 screenshot, info@magneticnaildesign.com. All of your questions and ideas are welcome. That means also ideas for other topics for the e-workshops or anything you would like to see. Don't hesitate, that's what I'm here for. So, thank you, Demi. Thank you, Gillian, for helping us in the back and just giving me some pointers during the show. Of course, I also want to thank you that watched this beautiful and great e-workshop tonight. Next week, Magda is here. We're going to get into misty flowers. It's like being awake at 5:30 in the morning, looking out over the fields and just having a hint of magic connecting all of us. That's next week. If you are adventurous, on Monday, of course, we also have an e-workshop, but that's in Dutch. This Friday, this e-workshop will be made available with subtitles in 17 languages and also available with a voiceover in German, French, Spanish, and Italian. So for all of you, thank you for watching and see you soon at Nail Talk Live.